We love family to family. I would say, yeah, we love family to family. Working with the staff, they're compassionate, caring.
We decided that was the agency we wanted to work with. They had a heart and a passion for matching birth mothers.
Oh, they were awesome. I mean, we couldn't.
Can't ask
yeah,
better.
No, we couldn't ask it better. They were with us every step of the way.
My name is Debbie Seiler, and I am the current Executive Director of Family to Family Adoptions. Maxine, who was my business partner, came up with an idea one day. We were both in our 40s, and she decided that we needed to open our own agency because people weren't being treated fairly. People who were wanting to adopt were expected to look like Ken and Barbie, have $1 million in the bank, be a certain religion. They couldn't be fat, they couldn't be this. There was so much prejudice against people who wanted to adopt that Maxine decided we needed to open our own agency.
My name is Raquel Olguin, and I am the adoption social worker with Family to Family Adoptions. So I work exclusively with the adoptive families. A good day for me is when I get to call an adoptive family and tell them a birth mother has chosen them to adopt their baby. They are just so elated. It's one of my favorite things to do. And just the excitement in their voices. Some of them cry, some of them yell, some of them curse. Everyone expresses their happiness in a different way, but they're really fun phone calls to make, to be able to tell a family, like, you're going to be a parent. It's just the best day.
Family to Family Adoptions is my home away from home. I spend more time here than I do at home. Any birth mom, we're a great agency, loving, we're caring. And we're gonna be there for you, good or bad. We don't judge anyone. I have young women that tell me, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed to tell you this. I go, don't be embarrassed, honey. I've heard it all. Don't worry. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not God. Okay? We'll work, whatever problems you have, we'll work through this.
So a normal day for me, honestly, is a lot of paperwork. So adoption is a lot of paperwork. I work exclusively with the adoptive families, so I have to create their files. I get everything from, their application with their address and basic information to like their driver's license and their income paperwork and everything in between.
I'm sure my normal day is a lot different than everyone else's, but we have employees here who take birth mothers back and forth to doctor's appointments, grocery shopping, dentist appointments.
Running background checks, making sure that everything clears, that they're fit to be adoptive parents, that they don't have a criminal record, that they seem safe. I go out and do home visits for our adoptive families. So I assess them in their home and make sure that we feel like they're going to be good parents.
My job is that I work with the birth moms. My other daughters, I have one daughter, these are my girls. And they'll call and refer, and I'll talk to them and they'll tell me their situation. I'm pregnant, I want to place my baby for adoption. What can you assist me with? And then I'll go ahead and ask them where they're located. I go ahead and try to meet up with them. I set up a location.
We have other employees who visit foster care children on a daily basis. We have another employee who works with the adoptive families exclusively, and she's a social worker and does home studies and post-placement visits.
And we meet up and I tell them about our program, how our adoptions are semi-open. They get to choose their adoptive family. They're able to get pictures and updates, ask them what they're looking for and letting them know what we can offer them.
My typical day is a little bit of accounting, a little bit of management, lots of time on the phone, and just basically a little bit of everything.
For me, you don't have to have the same blood to be family, regardless of whether you adopt a child or whether you adopt a friend or whether you adopt a grandparent or someone older. Blood doesn't make a child or relation with anybody. It's how you treat that person.
Now, both of these boys, I can't imagine our life without them, but to be honest, who know where they would be if we hadn't adopted them. So
all of my life I have worked with teenagers, yeah. I've worked with teenagers and loved being around teenagers and investing in teenagers that weren't mine. So adopting was such a second nature for me. I've adopted many other, you know, guys and girls that are significant still to me. They're brothers and sisters now, practically.
So my brother is actually adopted. He was adopted when I was 8 years old. My mother had me, I was born premature, and she was told that she couldn't have any more children. It would be like life-threatening. So it just ended up kind of falling into our laps that we were able to adopt my brother. And so it's just something that's changed my life forever. And I knew pretty early on that I wanted to work in adoptions.
I worked for a Fortune 500 company for 19 years and walked away from it, you know, and I don't regret my decision in the least. I have good days, I have bad days, but even when I have bad days, I still go home and have 2 beautiful grandchildren that I wouldn't have if it wasn't for this agency, you know, and it doesn't get any better than that. I never thought I'd be a grandma, and, you know, here I am, and it's the highlight of my life.
You just have to be patient, and I know families get anxious when they're waiting and waiting, but eventually it's gonna come. And you know, and my birth moms are great, and you know, they know when they have a good family.
You know, if you love a child unconditionally, they're brought into your family the same way, different way, but like she said, you love them the same way that you would a biological child. So it's like I said, it's been a tremendous blessing for us. So